Yeah, we started revising this paper. Someone sent me this paper. They said you were told to make sure that you go through this paper. The things that we are speaking to are not very strange. They are the same things that we have been discussing, I think, again and again. So you should not really get worried and surprised. We will speak to the same things that you know. We did question 1 and the 2 was already done. I want us to start from question 3. That's the only question that we have not done. Question 3 and 4. So I know these are questions that we are already conversant with. I'm not here to teach new things. I'm here to say the same things, you know. I mean, it's possible to say the same things, you know. Let's just revise. Feel free to participate. It would be nice where you are also participating. Okay, let's get started. From question number 3, I am reading the question in your hearing. Zambia has seen an increasing trend of labor migration, especially to South Africa. You know, maybe it is due to the better wage opportunities. Now, many Zambian workers seek employment in the mining and manufacturing sectors in South Africa. That's what they are doing. However, this migration has raised concerns about the impact on Zambia's workforce, and particularly with the skilled labor shortages. We have skilled labor shortages. We have brain drain. So now, the required is number 1, to distinguish between internal and the international labor migration. Let's start from there. What could be the difference between internal and the international labor migration? You could even start with the first one. So we can put internal. So we have internal and the international. Just say the difference. You can say what is internal, for example, and what is international, then show us how different they are. Let's go. What do you understand by internal migration? Labor migration. What is the internal labor migration? Okay. So internal labor migration refers to the movement of workers within a country's borders, right? The workers are moving within the country boundaries. This could be often from, say, for example, rural areas to urban areas, and they are in search of better employment opportunities. So people are moving, but within the same country. I mean, people are moving from rural areas to urban areas or whatever. But the key message is that they are moving within the same country's borders. So in Zambia, you could see actually this year, individuals move from provinces, for example, like Luapula, you know, northern provinces to urban centers such as Lusaka or the Copper Belt. I'm just giving examples, really. So that's the message we are sending across. Internal labor migration within the country bound and international labor migration. This one, it involves the movement of labor across national borders, right? Crossing countries. For example, you know, people are moving to countries from Zambia, such as, you know, South Africa, as it has already been put, Botswana, you know, Namibia, probably where wages are better, right? Or maybe there are better job opportunities. And this is not just limited into Africa. People cross even the continent. They go to Europe, others go to the US, whatever, and people are just moving. I mean, others are going to China, you know. That is international labor migration. So what are some of the key differences? One, it is in terms of jurisdiction, right? In terms of the area, you could differentiate in terms of the area. This one, it is within the country boundaries, right? it is within the country, within the same country. This one is across the country boundaries. So you see that this one is across national boundaries. This one is across national boundaries. This one is within the same country. That's one of the main difference. Then the other difference is in terms of regulation, right? Regulation. Here you don't have, those legal requirements such as the visas, right? Passport to cross from this country, from this province to the other. Do you need a passport to cross from Copperbelt to Lusaka? You are just moving within the same country. So there are fewer actually no legal requirements. Whereas the other one, you have those legal requirements such as visas, passports, among others, right? Then you could also talk about it in terms of say maybe causes. Other causes would be in terms of internal migration, urbanization. People just want to move into urban areas to just make sure that they have better services there. But in the international, usually people are looking for higher and advanced opportunities just like that. Then the impact on the home area, you find that here in urban areas, it will bring congestion, right? In urban areas, it will bring congestion in urban areas. Of course, the population in the rural areas. So you also have a brain drain. That is for the international one. The people are now leaving the country. We can't even have our own people. So, and this has been actually a concern. The universities have been there to train people, but these people that we are training are leaving the country, going somewhere far. And so we are remaining just the way how we are, as if we are not training people. And this is what is happening. Okay. So that's a bit about the difference between the internal and the international labor migration. One more time, internal labor migration involves the movement of the workforce within the country boundaries, within the same country, and international, they are crossing the country borders. The difference would be this one, internal is within, and this one, international is cross boundaries. There are no legal requirements really when it comes to the internal one, or there are fewer one, but there are more legal requirements such as the visas in the international one, especially when we are crossing the international labor boundaries. Now, let's get to part B of the question, and we are able to work with it. It says, analyze the effects of labor migration from Zambia to South Africa on the Zambian economy, especially in terms of remittances and the loss of skilled labor. What does the class think on this one? I guess these are not things that are alien to us. They are we are very much cognizant with them. What are some of the effects of labor migration from Zambia to South Africa in that case? We need comments from you people. I mean, you are very cognizant with these very things. What are your comments? Right? You can just turn on your mic and just pass your comment. Thank you.
So I think migration of top talent individuals, the brilliant minds, so that now can impact the country in terms of innovation, because now we would have taken the best of the best out of the country. So that would negatively affect innovation, and that also has got a negative impact productive-wise.
All right. So negative, let's talk about, we started from negative. You said it would lead to things like brain drain, right? Brain drain, where people are leaving the country, you're losing skilled labor, it is going out. On the positive side, what did you say? On the positive side, you said it brings skills development. Did you say that? It brings development. Skills development.
Yes,
Any
I think
other?
Madam Veronica wants
All right, thank you very much. Any other effects? Okay. Any other effects? Any other effects? Any other effects? Okay. So
when
you
they
yes,
when
go
they say
ahead.
when they say remittances, what are they referring to? Before I say something wrong.
Oh, wow, interesting. What does the class think? Maybe let me just also find out from the class. I mean, what does the class understand by remittance?
Are they not taxes?
Aren't they taxes? What are remittances? Thank you very much for that comment. What does class think?
What's a payment?
And payments like
They are-
NAPSA.
Okay. The payments like NAPSA, those are comments. Do we have a different one? What are remittances? Okay. Maybe just to contextualize, eh? To contextualize, the remittances are basically like the monies that you, for example, those people that are working abroad, eh? The money that you send back home, you know, maybe for family support or for whatever, those amounts that you're sending back home, in that context, those are remittances. I guess you're fine now. You can go ahead with your point.
Okay, so if that's the case, if it's the monies that are sent back to the home country, then it can help, or it helps families to improve their livelihoods. Somehow there'll be a reduction in poverty levels in the households. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So there is that, eh? Yes, so there will be that. So that is on the positive side, isn't it? It is on the positive sides.
Yes.
So you'll have that the remittances that are sent back home, so that the income levels of people could improve. They can access better services, education. They could have investments, all those things. On the negative side,
I think on the
On the
negative
positive side, sir.
yes, you can go ahead.
So as people migrate to South Africa, they leave room for others to get those jobs. So in Zambia, unemployment will be reduced.
Right. So they are creating space for us, isn't it? Yeah, they are also creating space for us. No more competition. The people are leaving, they're creating spaces for the others. Okay, nice one. Any other?
So on the negative side, those guys, the country as a whole would have lost the potential revenue from the taxes those people would have been paying, things like pay as you earn. But when they
Yeah.
put it outside the country, so there's the loss of revenue for the country.
Okay. So there could be reduced, let's say there could be reduced, where is it? Reduce the domestic activities, you know, those domestic activities that, of course, affect development, yeah, such as paying of taxes and others, as he has already put it. Do you have any more negative and positive?
So
That's
on a
the
negative,
question. When you're working outside Zambia, is there something that you pay, like taxes that comes to Zambia?
Oh, interesting. What does a class think? There is a comment here. Some of you are working abroad. Others, you have people that work abroad. Some of you have already worked abroad before. Do you pay tax to Zambia? Do you have to pay tax to your home country? There is silence in this city. Okay. Remember, because tax is only paid on it is only paid on the income in the area where production has taken place. So usually you are bound to paying tax to that country where you are, where the production has taken place. So if you're working in South Africa, you pay tax to South Africa. Yeah. So that is how it is done. So you pay tax to that ruling government where you are, in the area where you are, because they're the ones that are regulating that particular land. Yeah. If I'm no longer using the services for Zambia and I'm not in the country, why should I pay tax? Sorry?
The one we measure, is it national gross domestic, something like that, where we include, is it we subtract foreigners or include the foreigners?
Oh, you're
I've
talking
just
about
forgotten how we
GNP.
calculate it.
All right. Oh yeah, GNP,
Yes.
gross national product. Yeah. Yeah, it is captured, is counted, like their level of production, their gains are counted, but they are not paid to the government like they leave them. You get what I mean? We just count that is what they earn. That's what they make. You get what I mean, eh? So in the GNP, but that doesn't mean they have to give it, surrender it to the government, to us. That's GNP, gross national product. Thank you. Okay. Do we have some more comments? Someone wanted to say something. That was Jeans, I think. What did you want to say?
oh, I wanted to say like on a negative, when people move, like for example, from here to South Africa, those with families, it really separates the family because the paperwork for families to move maybe from Zambia to South Africa is not, it's not automatic. There are some restrictions. Who is a citizen, who qualifies to live in South Africa. So other family members remains, and maybe only one person or two will be there. So there's that breakdown between family members.
So we'll be separated, right? You'll be separated from your people. So if you don't want to be visited by your what's this, your village people, go to South Africa. Not to South Africa. You go abroad, then you just be like your family there. No one knows you. There are few people that are going to visit you. I'm not teaching you that you should do that. I'm just passing a comment anyway. And I'm kidding. So basically that's that. Thank you very much. That was a comment from Shinza. Do we have any other comments before we can go to the other part of the question? Okay. Now let's propose the strategies. We can go ahead and propose the strategies for retaining skilled labor within Zambia, so that we can promote economic growth, particularly in mining and the agriculture sectors. What can we do? Yeah, we have the analyst here. What do you think we can do as a country to retain labor? What are your comments? Let's propose strategies. One, what do you think?
The first one, I think the most important one is to maybe improve salaries and wages.
So improve the
yeah.
working conditions, right?
Yes.
The working conditions and wages. Conditions and wages, right? When we do that, when we improve, or when the government should come in, set policy to just help people have their salaries improved, have their working conditions made better, that could do, you know, at least have the people work within the country, right? Yeah, within the country, people will have to work. Any other? What else can we do?
So, sir, with that one,
Yes.
with that one, since it's you said mining, so I think the first thing that those mining should do is to do a survey with those mines which are outside Zambia on how much they are paying. What are they doing to motivate those people? Because if we just say improving wages, maybe they will just put this 10% is not going to compete with those going outside.
Yeah.
So first thing is to do a survey where they can put the salary at par, and also now bring other things like they give them a vehicle loan, like what FKM is doing, or they give them a loan for the houses where they can pay for the next 10 years. So like that, you owe those miners. They will not go anywhere since they know that, oh, I've got a house that I'm paying monthly. So by the time they reach 10 years, that company would have get the benefit from those miners.
Yeah. Wow. I see. You are from the mines. You understand these things better. Right? Okay. Thank you very much. That's a comment from Mr. Shakasungu. Thank you very much. He's just adding to the working of the condition. How best it can be done is to benchmark first, look at what others are doing, and try to make to do, things the way how others are doing it. Any other strategy? What can we do to retain skilled labor within our country? What can we do?
The other one we can do is have competitive compensation packages. Look at what the South Africans are doing. Obviously, if any of us has got a chance to choose between two organizations, you look at which one will give me a better package. Maybe in the case of retirement or other things. Obviously, one would go for where there are better challenge retirement packages.
The retirement packages, very important, huh? You need the retirement packages. You need to have all those things put in place. Thank you very much. That was a submission by Mr. John. Do we have any other comments?
I think also you provide the room for growth within Zambia, such as the education policies allow people to go and study, support them, and I think that should be coupled with trainings
so that
Yeah.
even when you know that whether or not you are here, you know that you'll be empowered with different skills that might work maybe even at a personal level, something like that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Career development and training, very important. I hear there are some institutions that have failed even to give their people the leave, even to go to, even people that are simple to work with, like the distance students, ID, where people are just off there just for 2 weeks. People don't even allow people to go to write exams. You know, can you imagine? I was talking to some few people. Someone is doing MBA, and their HR did not allow them to go and write exams. Can you imagine? Just imagine, che, walipilandrama. Oh, you pay money, you learn, you learn. After learning now, it's time for you to get permission to go and write an exam. And then someone just says, oh, you know, you can't go to write an exam. Think of that. Anyway, so all those are some of the issues. I'm just giving you some of the examples, right? Yeah. Career development and training, at least there should be room for someone to grow and develop. That was the point submitted by Mr. John. Do we have any other? Okay. You know, the public, you could do the public-private partnerships just to make sure that you can promote investments both in the rural areas and urban areas to increase, you know, the opportunities or the level of jobs that can be, you know, be uptaken by our people. So basically, you can do the PPs. That will encourage investments in the rural areas, also in the semi-urban areas, just to expand employment opportunities. That's very important. We talked about tax incentives as well. Someone already talked about that. What else? On his strategies. You know, remember, you people are the HRs, you are the people that are going to be making decisions. Actually, some of you are the ones making them. Immediately you get your degrees, you are getting promoted to make those decisions, right? So you are the one who is going to be deciding on our behalf. So it's very important that you engage in such, right? Okay, is there any question, any comments, any concern about this? Yeah. There is no question, right? Maybe a quick recap on what we have just done. So we were looking at labor migration, basically. Talked about international and the, you know, internal migration. Say the internal is within the country boundaries, international crossing the borders. Yeah, and we talked about the effects of this labor migration on that, especially in terms of the remittances and the loss of skilled labor that was highlighted, and proposed some of the strategies that we should use, implement here in Zambia to ensure that our people are retained, right? Skilled labor is retained, and that is very, very, very important. Okay, so that's what we were looking at.